Welcome to our deep dive today. We're looking at something pretty exciting for content creators, especially if you're an iPhone user making videos.
Right.
For what felt like forever, Android users had YouTube create all of themselves, YouTube's own mobile video editor. But wait for iOS users. It's finally over.
Yeah, it really is. And look, the arrival of YouTube Create on iOS, it's not just another app dropping, it's YouTube basically throwing down the gauntlet. It's their direct answer to the big names already out there in mobile video editing. So today, our mission really is to explore what this means for, the whole mobile editing scene.
Right.
How does YouTube Create actually stack up right now against the competition? And, what could its future look like as it tries to expand?
Okay, let's unpack that then.
Yeah.
So for anyone who isn't familiar, what does YouTube Create exactly?
Oh, basically.
At its core, it's a free mobile video editor, right?
Yeah.
Made for your phone.
Exactly. Free. And it's got features you'd expect, stickers, GIFs, different effects. And it's designed for both shorts, the short form stuff, and your regular, longer YouTube videos.
So kind of an all-in-one solution from YouTube, but in your pocket.
That's the idea. But what's really interesting here is that YouTube isn't walking into an empty room. Not at all.
Right. You mentioned competitors.
Yeah, they're stepping right into a really competitive, established market. Think about apps like CapCut, InShot.
Oh, yeah. Huge names.
Huge. They're household names for creators on mobile. They've built up these massive, loyal user bases over years.
So YouTube Create has a serious climb ahead.
A very significant uphill climb, yeah.
Yeah.
Just to carve out its own space.
Okay, now, let's peel back another layer here. Because we got some numbers from Q2 this year, mostly from Android, and they really put a twist on things.
Oh, how so?
Well, downloads. Compare CapCut, a huge 66 million downloads on Android in Q2.
Wow, 66 million.
Then InShot, still big, 21 million. And YouTube Create,
Okay.
less than 500,000.
Oof. Less than 500,000 compared to 66 million? Yeah.
It's a massive difference. And it's a similar story with monthly active users, the MAUs.
Let me guess. CapCut is way ahead.
Way ahead. Over 442 million on Android. InShot, around 92 million.
Yeah.
YouTube Create, it hasn't even hit 1 million users yet.
Right. So what these numbers really show, I think, is the scale of the challenge. It's not just about making a decent app.
No.
It's about changing habits, deeply ingrained creator habits.
Mm-hmm.
People might try it out, sure, but the real test is it compelling enough?
Compelling enough to make them switch from tools they already know and probably like.
Exactly. Tools they're comfortable with, tools that are part of their established workflow, that's the hurdle.
But hang on, the story isn't completely one-sided here, despite those, frankly, tiny current numbers. There's a surprising trend when you look at the rate of growth.
Okay, growth rate.
Yeah. So starting from that very small base, YouTube Create actually grew its user base by 28% year over year in Q2.
28%. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Compare that to CapCut, which grew 9% in the same time.
Yeah.
And InShot actually dropped 7%.
Wow. Okay, so it's growing much faster percentage-wise.
Right.
Even from that low starting point. That's
Actually quite fascinating. It shows it is moving in the right direction, even if it's still way behind in absolute numbers. And zooming out, it suggests there's real potential there if they can keep that momentum going. It shows some initial appeal maybe to newer users.
Could be. But growth is one thing. Getting users to actually stick around, that's a whole different ballgame.
Wow, retention, always the key metric.
And the retention numbers for YouTube Create, they paint a much tougher picture.
How tough.
Only about 1% of its users are still around after 90 days. 1%.
Ouch. Just 1%. Compared to
CapCut, which keeps around 7% of its users, and InShot at about 4%.
Okay, so 1% versus 7% and 4%. That's a big gap.
It's a huge gap, and it's not just a number, right? It tells you that even if people are trying it out,
they're not committing. Exactly. It hasn't managed to become part of their regular routine, their daily production. Users try it, then they seem to drift away. What's missing, you think?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If users aren't sticking, it points to maybe the features aren't quite there yet to fully replace what they're used to.
Or it's just not smooth enough to fit into their workflow.
Could be either, or both. The integration needs to be seamless, but what's also interesting is seeing where its users are coming from.
Geographically.
Yeah. Its share of users in India, which was dominant, like 67% last year. That's dropped to about 51% now, which means it's diversifying. It's gaining traction elsewhere.
Where else?
We're seeing growth in places like Spain, South Korea, France, Singapore. So it's slowly becoming more global.
And that global spread makes this iOS launch even more crucial, doesn't it?
Absolutely critical.
I mean, think about the sheer size of the iOS market for video creators. It's enormous.
It really is.
CapCut alone, you mentioned the Android numbers, but on iOS, it has something like 194 million monthly active users.
Whoa, nearly 200 million just on iOS.
Yeah, and InShot has around 25 million on iOS, so bringing YouTube Create to iPhones, that opens up a massive pool of potential new users.
And you can tell YouTube knows this. This isn't just a side project for them.
How so?
Their investment shows real strategic intent. They've actually hired a dedicated engineering team based in Bengaluru specifically to speed up iOS development.
Ah, okay. So they're putting resources behind it.
Significant resources. That commitment, plus the huge iOS market size, it really gives YouTube Create the potential to be a game changer.
But there's a big if.
There's a big if. If they can actually capture a decent slice of that massive iOS market and crucially
Fix the
retention problem, they absolutely have to improve those numbers.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for the future of editing on your phone, YouTube Create? It's clearly the underdog right now in terms of users.
Definitely the underdog.
But it is growing fast, percentage-wise, from that small base. And, crucially, it has the colossal power of the YouTube platform behind it. Billions of users.
That's its ace in the hole, potentially. But ultimately, success is going to depend on turning that growth into actual sustained use and delivering features on iOS that really click with creators, fitting smoothly into how they already work.
So here's something for you, the listener, to think about. Will that sheer convenience, having an editor integrated right into the YouTube ecosystem, will that eventually win out? Will it outweigh the really established features and the huge user bases of apps like CapCut and InShot, especially for you, the creator, in the long run?
It's a fascinating battle shaping up, isn't it? Convenience versus capability.
Definitely one we'll be keeping a very close eye on.